Alright, so let's start off first here with this is not actually a 1957 because the last digit of the date is missing, and that is because it is a mint era coin. This coin was actually struck on a 1-cent Honduras planchet. So really cool. Wow, 1.5 grams. That's all this coin weighs. Typically this would weigh 3.1 grams. Now this is graded by NGC. You see that the whole Lincoln cent design does not fit on this coin, and this penny here sold for over $640 as a result of that mint error. Next up is a simple type of error. You know, you can find these on various different types of coins, not just pennies. This is a 1957 no mint mark that has a 10% curved clip. So we see that clip there on the coin. There's a lot of different examples of clips out there. There's triple clips, ones that are much smaller, clips that are much larger, but this penny did sell for around $25. Now this penny here, this has a straight clip, and the coin was also struck off center, so that is a pretty major type of error going on there. Now this penny here, as a result of that, sold for around $240. So big difference there. Now in 1957 on the D mint mark, you also want to look for doubling on the word Liberty. So there's a double die obverse. And you can actually see that on this one here that the B is filled in. So always be on the lookout for the double die. We'll look at a price for that here in this video. But this next coin here is a 1957 D mint mark. Now it's solely valuable because it has that high grade of a mint state 67 red. Again, if you guys are new to coin collecting or haven't seen any of my coin videos, the coin grading scale goes up to 70. This is at a 67 with that red grade, and that's why the coin sold for over $200. Now this next 1957 Lincoln cent is very awesome. One of my favorites of this video. It is the D mint mark, and it has a lamination error taking place. So a peeled lamination here on the obverse, the front of this penny. Now you can see that there where the planchet is cracked. So that is an example of a pretty awesome looking lamination error. Now there's all kinds of different looking laminations out there on all kinds of different coins. This one here looks really awesome. This penny here sold for around $110. Next up is another 1957 D mint mark. Now this coin has been struck 45% off center, and because of that, this coin sold for around $100 as well. Again, you can look for off centers on all kinds of different coins. Now next up is a 1957 D mint mark that has an RPM. So that abbreviation stands for repunched mint mark. So a D over a D. Now here are a few examples of a repunched mint mark taking place on the 1957. There's various different examples. You see the D there, it's been repunched. Here on this example, you see it at the bottom of the D mostly. And then you see that there as well with this example. So always be on the lookout for repunched mint marks. You can do that with a USB coin microscope. I have those microscopes available on couchcollectibles.com. Now because of that, and because of the high grade of a mint state 65 red, this Lincoln cent sold for around $95, nearly a $100 penny. Now here is a Lincoln cent. You can tell like this wouldn't grade as a red, it would grade as a brown. So if you haven't seen my red pennies versus brown pennies videos, be sure to check that out on the channel. Now this coin here has been double struck. So very, very awesome. You see they're going through Lincoln's chest all the way up to almost his neck. You can see those lines there, and that's the design of the Lincoln cent because the coin has been double struck. Now you see that this coin has been circulated for quite some time. It's not in the best condition. It's graded at an AU 53, about uncirculated 53. And because of that mint error, this penny sold for over $240. So can't beat that, man. Love to come across something like that and a coin roll from the bank. Now this coin here is a 1957. Now this has that RPM that we looked at, that repunched D mint mark. Now what it also has is that double die obverse. So it has that doubling that we also looked at. Now this coin here sold for around $85. Moving on to a 1957 that has an extremely high grade of a mint state 67 red, and because of that high grade, this coin sold for over $900. Now I'm not certain that it's actually worth $900, but that's what it sold for. As a matter of fact, I would have to look up prices on the different grades, mint state 67, 68, 69, and 70 to see the differences for these Lincoln cents. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now and I will tell you the price. Alright, so the 1957 no mint mark, they have a mint state 67 red listed at $2,800. Wow, is that right? That's what it says. That's what they have it listed at. Mint state 67 for the 1957 red 28. Wow, that is very, very cool. So $900 I guess was a pretty good deal for whoever purchased that coin. Now here's a 1957 D mint mark. The coin has been struck off center on a laminated planchet. So wow, look at that. 70% off center. Now this coin here sold for over $45. I think that's a good coin to have for 45 bucks. I would take it for 45 bucks. Personally, I wouldn't have it graded because, you know, then you're probably out some grading money, but let's move on to the next coin here. This again is another off-center. Now this coin sold for even more money. And this coin is a 1957 D as well, struck 60% off-center, and this coin sold for over $110. Not bad at all. Moving on to a 1957 Lincoln cent that was struck on a silver 10-cent planchet. So we have a penny struck on a silver dime planchet essentially, and because of that, this coin sold for over $1,000. $1,000. Now keep in mind, in 1957, they produced over 282 million of the no mint mark and over 1 billion of the D mint mark. So they're not rare in terms of how many they actually made, but these errors in these high grades can give them much more value. Now here's a 1957, this is the proof coin. So if you haven't seen my proof versus business strike coin videos, definitely check those out. I get a lot of people that are new to coin collecting that don't really understand what a proof coin is. So go to that video, check it out, and you'll see the difference. Now this coin is graded at a proof 69 red. Again, nearly a perfect grade, as the highest grade you can get is a 70, and this coin sold for over $140. Now let's check out some other wheat pennies that are worth money. 1917. Now you might say, all right, I got a 1917 penny, you know, is it worth any money? And there's different ways to kind of, you know, see if your coin is worth money. So the first one is the condition, of course. This penny here only sold for around 35 bucks. It's a 1917 D mint mark. And you can see that, you know, it's not in the best condition, but here is the same exact penny, 1917 D. However, this has got a very high grade, which means it's in very good condition, of a mint state 66 red. So I've done a video explaining the difference between red pennies, brown pennies, red brown pennies, and of course the grades of coins. So the grade is going to be a huge factor when determining an ultimate value for your coins. Now this coin sold for over $11,000. So we go from a $35 coin to a $11,000 coin, which is absolutely crazy. Alright, so the second thing you want to look for on your 1917s is a double die obverse. So look for doubling on the lettering of the front of the coin, as we can see here in the images displayed. You also, of course, want to look for that doubling here on the date 1917. So this is what you want to look for, the double die obverse. Now here's a couple different examples of that. We'll do 3 different examples here. This first one here is a 1917, you know, not in the best condition, but it's still a double die obverse. Only sold for around 20 bucks. Really, you know, rough condition, it's corroded. But here is a better condition one. It's graded at an AU 55. Still not, you know, a mint state grade, but the coin sold for over $5,700. Nearly a $6,000 penny, even in that AU condition. Now here is a super rare penny. This is the 1917 double die obverse. Of course, this is graded at a red, and it's got the mint state 65 grade. So even better, much better condition. Something like this is going to be really rare in this condition, and that's why this penny sold for over $24,000. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.